Hi, hello, happy Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom. Okay, well, during the past week or so, a member of my spiritual family, somebody in my church, won't name names, gifted me with a little bit of financial assistance, and that's a torch I just bought. I'm going to go later on and set up an account to rent bottles since I can't buy bottles anymore locally. And because I also got this refilled. I've had the tank for years, and I bought a torch. It was like 50 bucks or less. I forget exactly how much. I went to try to heat these to stress relieve them, and I can't tell that it did any difference. But I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself some big clamp straps on here. And when I get the acetylene torch, I will take rosebud to those and stress relieve them just a little bit. Because I think I just burned it up. I think I burned up near half a tank of propane and didn't really make a difference. So better to just go ahead and get the acetylene and get to focus the heat on it. Over here, well, whilst I was out driving about trying to get things, my quote new truck has, let me get over here, it's not showing up very well now, must have dried off. It's not even really visible there, but the brake line in here blew out. It's all rusted and corroded. I'm not surprised that it, if anything, I'm surprised it took so long to finally blow out. So I've got to go and order some replacement brake lines. I'm going to go ahead and just get a whole kit, replace everything with stainless steel, and because I got to clean up this underside anyhow, it's all badly damaged with rust, and so I'm going to do my best to clean all that up, replace the blown brake lines, and because although I can technically stop on the front two wheels under some circumstances, not super well. And so yeah, I would much rather be able to stop safely than unsafely. Other than that, it still drives fine. It'll take off from a start fast enough to get out of traffic. So yeah, and then over here, I don't know if I mentioned, I think I didn't mention that because I think I only got this done this week, but we'll go over here and review my handiwork. Again, in case I didn't mention it, I got the drive shaft back in. There's a whole new U-joint here, and that piece, that actual piece that's directly sitting in front of the camera, was what I got from a gentleman over in Tennessee. And then I had to get some new U-bolts because I lost one. And then there's a new U-joint cap on there because I'd accidentally dropped one in the grass and little tree leaves. I found it. Now I just put it together and put it on the, I cleaned all the dirt and grime out of it and put fresh grease in it and put it back on the other U-joint. So I've still got equivalently a new U-joint sitting in case I need another one. That machine has 3 and I had bought 4. Bought them in pairs is what happened. I bought a couple pairs, put it on the outer edges. For some reason it didn't occur to me to put one in the middle. And but now that part's been replaced, which I had to because it was all messed up. So it's got 3 on it, and I got a spare in case one of those, something wrong with it or another, like maybe. But I greased all of them before I assembled it, because you have to. Unfortunately, you have, unless you've got a really special grease gun head that I've never seen on one. A normal diameter grease gun head won't fit on those. There's a skinny one, but they practically worthless. They needed, and I understand how that one works. It's got like a little slip locking mechanism on it. There's supposed to be a hydraulic lock, but it doesn't tend to work very well. That's why they went to the slip lock, because you push the slip ring on there and it guarantees to clamp onto the fitting and give it a good seal so that the grease doesn't just puke out all over the fitting. But problem is, you got to have the U-joint cocked off at a sideways angle to have clearance for an extra large fitting. Over here, I got the replacement alternator in the little truck, but I haven't gotten the replacement shifting cable yet. So that's why it's still up on jack stands. No reason to let it down and then pick it back up. And so it'll be up for a couple more days until the cable comes in. And then I'll pull the old cable out, put the new cable in, some rubber floor matting and a few things to try to reduce the wear and tear on it and going forward. So that's still incomplete. I'm almost entirely out of hay, so now I'm looking around trying to find a supplier for hay now that I have some money and a truck to carry it in. Eventually I could get this thing running. Now I have 2 trucks to carry it in. And I have, actually, in theory, I have 3 trucks to carry it in once they all run. 3 big flatbed trucks. So the little International is 3/4 ton. The red Chevy there is 1 ton, and this Ford is 1.5 tons. So I got 3 different sizes of trucks that are all flatbeds. So hopefully I'll be able to haul a lot of hay in the future, and other things like metal and wood and just whatever I need to haul. Anyhow, all the babies seem to be doing in pretty good shape at the moment. We just had some people from Idamore Hoof Trimming, and they do a wonderful job. Absolutely. They do a beautiful job. We have them roughly, depending on everybody's schedules, roughly once every 3 months we try to have them all trimmed. So that their hooves never get overly grown and nasty or infected or anything. And the reason is I'm just no good at hoof trimming. I just never have been. It takes a lot of skill, and I ain't got it. So, seeing as I don't have my downstairs field fixed, I still have everybody up in here. Right now, little boys are getting good and they're putting on some size. Yes. Hans, here's your Hans. You're nosy, aren't you? Yes. Here's your Hans. Here's your Hans. Here's your baby. Yes. Gotta watch out, them boogers will bite your fingers off. You let him get a hold of your finger and he'll just take it clean off. And then of course there's my 2 wild ones, Sam and Ginger. I was hoping Sam was pregnant, but it turns out she's not. Ginger, what you doing? She's curious about the camera too. Yes, I'm sorry, it's not goodies for you. Yes, dinner. Yes. Ginger's gonna probably be wild. Not because, well, partly because a couple times I had to literally drag her through the fence when she was out. And that didn't win me no cult of personality points. But I've got her here and I feed her scraps, and she's kind of getting better treatment than she would have otherwise. And of course I got all these over here with Mr. O'Malley. The only reason Mr. O'Malley's still in is because he's got food, women, and water, you know. He could leave anytime he wants, but he's happy where he's at, apparently. Because he ain't got no problem going over this fence. But the others might or might not follow him, but probably not. But he'd go over if he wanted to. So, the winter rye and stuff is coming up a little at a time with dribbles of rain and a little bit of water. The interestingly, the Bermuda grass along here is still green. It may not be growing, but it isn't dying, which is pretty neat. Which means hopefully it'll have an advantage in the spring, because in theory, if it stays even slightly active over the winter, it should just take off like crazy over the spring and then really coat these fields in Bermuda grass. I've got some mowing I need to get done, but everything keeps getting away, broken down and stuff, and fields not fixed. So I need to mow, because the mowing, if done right, helps the Bermuda grass get thatched in better. Mainly because of the fact that Bermuda grass gets more sunlight when you take the overhead grass off. Over here, this thing hasn't yet decided to die, and it hasn't yet decided to live. That leaf has opened up just a teeny amount, but not much. Again, as far as roots go, it didn't really have much in the way of roots. And this thing is withering, but I think the way it's withering is it's drawing the energy out of it. It's not just dying flat out. Amaryllis is in here. It finally got rid of its oldest leaf, but it's just sitting in here, staying green. And then, again, whatever that thing is called, it still seems to be happy. We got this is a real humdinger of a kit. That is all one Oster product. That is so amazing. And Mom got that for practically nothing. I don't remember if she paid anything for it, but they apparently just, it's a meat grinder, and it's a dough mixer, and it's a food shredder. It's practically everything. It's a whole kitchen in itself, practically. The only thing it doesn't do is heat food. These cacti in here are not flowering yet, but some of these cacti out here, to some extent, are putting on little buds, flowers along here to different extents. And this one over here is quite a bit ahead of them over here. It's got quite a bit of flowering going on. So all my elephant garlics come up. Again, these avocado trees, a lot of them still look pretty healthy. And then of course the pineapples are coming along. And then my little onions that I put out at the moment aren't dead necessarily. Although I probably need to water them some, because they're looking kind of dusty over there. The ground is a little caked, a little just give them a little bit of water. I went and bought, I thought, what was going to be some good little watering systems. It turns out they all leaked, so I had to send them back. I'm going to also either fix or replace my printer so I can print off a label. Other than that, up here, this ginger doesn't seem to be doing anything. It may even be rotting. And whatever that thing is, it didn't pop up, so it may be rotting. One avocado tree there that seems to be making it. The cactus is looking bad, I think. I don't know, I thought it looks like something was growing on here, like a fungus or mold or something, I don't know. It's looking really shriveled up for a cactus. And a little dry too. I thought I watered that enough. Oh well. Leave it to me to assume something wrong and have plants die on me because I'm not keeping good track of them. But usually you don't supposed to water cactus too much because they'll rot. That whole bucket of aloe vera needs to be divvied up. This thing I think is pretty much shot. Lemongrass. I'm going to have to get some lemongrass seeds, see if I can raise it from seedlings. I don't know. Let's see. So that's pretty much everything for the moment. And, well, we'll see you next Sabbath.